Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. So this beard is coming off in a couple weeks. We're raising some money to. I have some stuff written down. Just let me get set up here so I don't have to move around, so I don't make anyone dizzy. Behind my phone, so I can set that up like that. How's that?
Awesome.
When I'm not moving around. And I have some stuff written down over here in preparation. There that I will put up beside there. There we go. Bam. See? Ready. Dave Keen's ready. Whew.
That's the fastest I think I've ever seen you get ready.
Well, I've been thinking about it for hours, so.
Okay. Yeah. Well, first of all, this is the first time you and I have been on video together in a long time. As you can tell by the very rough beginning.
Yeah. Yeah. And this StreamYard thing, it took me whatever. I clicked on some link. Yeah.
It's all good.
We're good.
It's all good. We're all adults here. It's all good.
I mean, for the most part.
So anyway, we started up this Facebook page here about a year ago. Lots happened in between. We're not going to get into that tonight. The floor is yours because I want you to tell people what's happening with Shave Dave 3.0.
All right. Well, this beard here, his name is Hank III, the third installment of Dave Keenan Beard since 2014. It's coming off in 2 weeks. I'm shaving. It's all completely off. It's hard to see I have a black shirt. I should have had a white one, but and anyway. I'm shaving this off right around St. Patty's Day, maybe on St. Patty's Day. That might be a good idea.
Who's cutting it? Someone picked out?
Well, so last time I did it, the first big beard I had, I went into Maximus Hair Salon. They're right next door to us at La Belle Patate, and buddies of ours, friends of ours. So I asked Jin if he wanted to do it. I recorded it. I was like, I'll put it on for everyone to see. Hopefully hustle you up some business there, just just help them out. Not that they need it, but But anyway, so he shaved it. We made a video of it. Carl was recording it while I was in the barber chair, or the salon chair, and we had a big Ziploc bag. We had the beard tied up in rubber bands there, and we shaved it off into the big bag. And but this time I don't know what's going on. I don't know where I'll be. I guess this whole thing, a mass. I'm like, whatever. Maybe I'll just shave it at home. Maybe I'll just shave it myself.
You could do it yourself, couldn't you?
Oh yeah, easily. I shave my head like every 10 days. So I'm a master with the clippers.
Yes.
Yeah. So I could just do it myself, or if some weirdo wants to donate a certain amount of money to shave it off themselves, if they have some kind of weird shaving beard thing fetish they want to do, they want to pay for it. It's going to good charity. I'll get weirded out for a couple minutes. No one wants to get weird. But yeah. So yeah, basically the gist, the money being raised, I'm like, you can go on. We'll put a link on this, I guess. We can put the link on, and I kind of explain what's going on. But I'll give you the overview of it.
Yeah, tell us what's happening. Like, what raising money? Besides the fact that you're just an awesome guy with a potty mouth.
Stop. Not really. I'm a terrible person, really, behind the scenes. This is just what you guys out there are seeing. Excuse me. So I know, everyone. I know a lot of people are depressed in this whole time, the last year. I know I've had my trials and tribulations of being locked away and not working as much as I'm used to, and not having money like I'm used to, and all the negative stuff that comes from all that. And I know I'm not even close to being in the worst shape. I know there's a lot of people out there that their family members are sick and they can't go see them, whether they be in a hospital or they're in a home, or kids not being able to have birthday parties and have friends over, or go over to friends' place. Like, when we were younger, that's all we did. When I was a kid, I'd go to friends' places. You play outside all day, fresh air. And like this whole thing, everyone's yelling, screaming, mask up and stay inside, don't do anything. And I mean, it's understandable to a certain extent, but people got to get out there and get some fresh air. And you want to cheer up too. The more depressed you get, the harder it is on you physically, and the more chances of getting sick. So anyway, the people, I've heard stories of older people dying, and like people's parents dying or grandparents dying. They're not allowed to see them or be with them while they die, and they're dying alone. It just makes me sad. So I know and not even just that, but people being forced to not be around their families. Anyway, I don't want to get depress anybody, but it's happening out there. It's happening all over. I mean, I don't even. There's no way I'm not even seeing 1% of what's going on. It already bothers me that it's happening to people that dying alone or being alone after or someone being alone while it's going on or not being able to be there. I know people shouldn't feel guilty, but I'm sure people have like a guilt thing, like what, like they can't be there for their loved ones, and not just when people are sick, but even being healthy. Like you can't go. Like my niece Danny had a birthday January 23rd, and her own mom and her grandparents, her own like family, couldn't come in her house like to the lodge or whatever. They had to stay out in the driveway, and stand apart. And that's just sad times. I'm just trying to cheer some people up. Whether it can be, hopefully they'll remember it forever. But if it only cheers somebody up for 30 seconds, whatever. Like it doesn't matter to me as long as people lift some spirits, in this trying time for us all. Some are having it way worse. So moving on from the press, exactly, and that's I think I might have put that in this the overview.
Where I'm getting it from is what you.
Oh, did I see that? Yeah, like a positive butterfly effect. Started out, and hopefully people pay it forward and smile to each other more. Like it's weird. Sometimes you can have a really bad day. People have a bad day, and then someone flashes them a smile for no reason, and that little thing right there can change many people's lives. You don't even know the butterfly effect that can happen. Like people are frowning at each other and turning on each other all the time, but one person smiles for no reason. Someone's like, "Oh, I needed that," or "Damn, I needed that," and it just comes up and it brightens your day a little bit. Maybe it's the pinnacle, the point of your day that could have went bad or could have went good, and it went, So any little thing that you can do to cheer someone up or do something nice for somebody, selfless, then it's a good thing.
So you're at I think you're pretty close to like $1,000. How are you going to divide up where that money's going to go? What are you doing with it?
Okay, so basically, there's like three main things, 3 steps of going, but it might be maybe a fourth or fifth too. But just right now, the first fraction of the money, I think I have. What is it? Anyway, 900 and something. I think right now. Between e-transfers that people have given, and I'm going to make sure everyone knows. I know some people, I don't totally trust everybody. Anyone that knows me well knows that I'm above board with all this. I'm going to keep track of everything and show all the money coming in is actually money going out too. But I'm not keeping a penny of it. It's not about me. I could definitely use it. Anyone who wants to slide me some money on the side there, that'd be great. But no, all this money is going, 100% of it is going to local businesses to help and to cheer up and people that need it, that are having a rough time or being, So, what was the question?
Well,
Sorry,
I think people need to understand too. Like when you're talking about local business, like you and I, DMFK and the Pidge, we're out here on the West Coast. When you talk about local, you're referring to your hometown of Woodstock, New Brunswick. So we have to make clear that's where this money is going, is to the East Coast.
But not only. No, like the start of it's going up there. Oh yeah, so that's where I was. I got off topic. I digressed a little too much there. So the first bit of the money, like probably around $800 or $900. I'm gonna there's my aunt Kay and Diane Lenahan, David and Diane. They helped out by looking for me. I needed some people. I don't know what's going on back there. Have been a year since I've been there, but just people that they could nominate or let me know of people that would be receptive to getting some flowers, and it'll brighten their day. So they came up with I think at the moment there's 9 ladies that live in Dave and Diane's building there, apartment building, where people live like in their own apartments and stuff, but there's a community, like they're kind of like
Oh, got a bad connection at Keenan's. He's not going to be happy. He's not going to be happy. Anyway, we'll wait for Keenan to reconnect. I can hear your.
There we go.
There you go.
Here, I'm gonna went to a closer. I don't know if I need to get closer to my router or what, but the lighting's not as good in here. But We're right close to the router. I don't know if that's on my end, probably. Anyway, sorry, I think I was talking about the first bit of money is going to ladies that live in there. And David and Diane Lenahan have a building there in Woodstock. I think it's on Connell Road, somewhere around there. I was there before, but it's years ago. My Aunt Kay lives in there. So they came up with nine different, 9 or 11. I can't remember right now. We'll sort it out. The ladies in there that would love some flowers, they say. So, and also I was talking to Mary Keenan today, Bob and Mary. And Mary Keenan suggested, I was asking her the same thing, if she could kind of direct me to someone or give me an idea of where else I could do. And she suggested the WI home, the Women's Institute there, home in on Chapel Street. And I can't believe I feel embarrassed I didn't think of it myself, because both my grandmothers lived there towards the end of the last few years. So that's a great idea. So I called, I'm called the lady there. Damn, I forget her name right now. I have it written down. But she, let me just, whatever. I'll mention it later. I'm going to mention everything, who helped out in any way and all this. I'll write her name down. Marion. Sorry about that, Marion, if you ever see this. But I just met her today on the phone. I called this morning and I asked her how many people, or if there's any the same type of thing in there. And there's 11 ladies that live in there, and there's some staff members that work there too that probably help out and do well with all them. So I'm gonna get maybe the staff a little arrangement, and each lady is gonna have their own arrangement too. And that's all going through Joe Kitchen's greenhouse window. It's really important to me to keep money in the local businesses. I know a lot of local businesses are struggling. I know the restaurant out here, La Belle Patate, where I've worked with Pascal, my good friend Pascal, like a brother. Been there for 11 years, and we've been hit pretty hard, but we're hanging in there. We're not closing unless it's going to take a lot to shut us down. We're not going to give up. But I know a lot of local businesses are having a hard time, so want to put some money back into it. And Joe's a great girl. I've known her for 25, 30 years. And she married Chris Kitchen back there with the greenhouse window. So that money, the first onslaught of money is going to go to Joe. She's going to do like 20-ish, maybe more arrangements for me for this whole thing. And I was talking to her today, she offered to throw in an extra a bunch of flowers on the house too. So she's going to add to it, which is a great thing. And I didn't expect that. I didn't ask her for anything like that. But so she's going to make up a bunch of arrangements, and she's going to do a great job. I know she will. She's been doing this a long time. And send them all to the ladies there in Woodstock. The second thing, sorry to kind of pause there. The second thing, way we're going to go about it, is going to get a bunch of, I tried to get a hold of Mike Young today. He's the manager at the River. And I know, I'm sure everyone back home in Woodstock remembers this, but I think it was the start of summer, end of spring, start of summer last year. Wes Corey and his family, they did a pretty great thing. They started, they realized that a lot of people were having a tough time. People were losing work, didn't have a lot of money. Maybe some people were going hungry. So they started putting together lunches, free lunches for anybody that was hungry, and started serving it out, respecting the whole social distancing and masks and all that. I'm sure I wasn't back there to see it, but I've heard good things. And made packed lunches. They made, I think, chili days or like a pulled pork. I'm not exactly sure what that, but I know they had sandwiches and stuff like that too, for soup and sandwiches and stuff like that. So people came by and they did that for the community, and I know they did that for at least a couple months, maybe longer. But I want to kind of remind people that they did that by bringing this forth. I'm going to buy, like, hopefully, depending on the amount of money we get. But I think at this time, with the way things are going, should be able to get maybe $400 or $500 with gift cards or gift certificates from the River, and give them to some families. Maybe it's a husband and wife, or they have kids. They're just to give them a night out to go have some good food from a great family, a great business, and not have to worry about the bill. Just have a good night out when it's one meal, but I could cheer someone up too, I'm sure. And hopefully I'm not boring anybody here. the third thing I'm going to do that now. Let's say it's not all back in Woodstock. The third thing is out here. I have a buddy of mine that came over and played some ball with me, softball. Austin Hack. His family, his grandfather and his grandmother own a sports equipment store shop over there in Campbell River on the island, Vancouver Island. And I was talking to Manfred, his grandfather, today, and just touch base with him. And I know I don't want to just concentrate on older elderly people or people with a lot of life experience. We should say that way. But there's young people that are having a hard time too. Kids can't play with their friends, and they miss their grandparents. They miss their their extended family and friends, and being lost. Like the humans, we're such a social animal to make everybody stay secluded like that. It's not healthy mentally or physically, because your mental health fails, so does your physical health. Mm-hmm. But so, and I know people aren't getting out enough, and I'd hate to see. Like it's hard. It's bad enough. It's hard enough these days for kids to get out before this whole pandemic. Kids to get outside and play. They're on the computers or playing video games, which is fine. We played video games when we were kids too, but 90% of our time we were outside playing in the fresh air. So what I want to do is also help promote. Now, Manfred, I didn't know this until today. I was talking to him. I'm like, so when did you open that up? You've had that for a few years. He's like, no. He's like, bad idea. Like it was the worst time. He opened up in March or April last year during the start of this pandemic, which was just bad timing. So I was going to try to start my own business there for myself there in this last spring too, and this whole thing kiboshed that because I was going to be selling things to people on the beach anyway. So they had a rough start, I'm sure, but they're nice, great people. They came over when Austin played in a ball tournament with us there last year and met his grandparents. They're great. So I want to help them out too and promote them and throw some money their way. And whether it be, I don't know, that this is going to be towards the end of the whole thing. So I'm going to do the stuff back in Woodstock first. And then once we get a good idea how much money is coming on the second half, then either buy sports equipment, like find something, get some nominations. Oh yeah, hopefully people can help me out, find some kids that are struggling, with their mood or mentally having a hard time. I'm sure there's lots. Like I can't get everybody, but if we can get a few people that people know, either buy them some equipment like a ball glove, or 2 ball gloves for them and their dad, or a soccer ball or a football or some cleats or hockey stick or skates or anything like that. And I don't want to alienate kids that don't play. Maybe some kids don't play sports, and I'll maybe get them buy them a book. If they like to read a book, go outside and read a book, or a kite, fly a kite or anything like that. Like a chemistry set, if that floats about, whatever, just to cheer them up and get them out of the funk if they're in one. So those are basically the three main things I'm gonna do. If I can get some more money, if there's more money left after all that, then I'll definitely do some more too. For people out here, because there's people that's donating out here and they probably want to help their community too. I know I collected, well, you and I started that out. We got a bunch of clothes together, and I know you took them all to a shelter or somewhere out there. And I have a bunch more clothes here too, so I think I might go, if there's money left over. There's a Home Hardware on Davie Street out here in the neighborhood I lived and worked in for years. Still work there, but don't live there anymore. But it's a Home Hardware. It keeps getting broken into all the time. Like people keep busting in and stealing stuff, like breaking through their window. And they're it's a small Home Hardware, but locally owned, and they've been putting up with a lot over this last year, people breaking in. So, and I used to work at Home Hardware for Harold McClellan back in Woodstock. Harold and Ange and Jared McClellan worked with Jared, and so I want to go and buy some maybe like warm gloves. There's some nice gloves there that actually have when I bike in the winter when it's cold. They're like waterproof and they're really warm. So if I have a few $100s left at the end, a couple $100s, I'll go buy some gloves and to go along with the clothes. I have like a few garbage bags full of clothes I got to get out to people in the street there. We'll just add some gloves to them too. So that's basically the gist of it. Yeah.
Awesome. So what's the next?
Oh, and sorry.
Go ahead.
So let me add this. All the cards for the. I'm not going to get the names of the ladies and stuff. It doesn't. All the names and addresses will go to Joe at the greenhouse window. I don't want to make a spectacle of it, but we'll definitely show all the flowers going to people. But I don't want to necessarily exploit anybody at all. So, but it's going to say on the cards, hope this brightens up your day. In loving memory of David and Lavina Keenan, my parents that passed away years ago. So that's basically inspiration for my mom and dad. They're both great people, and I just want to pass that. I want to keep their memory alive as part of this whole thing too. Anyway, sorry, keep going. I interrupted you.
No, we well, I mean, you're close to $1,000 right now. You have probably, at least another 4 weeks, another month, really, before you're thinking about shaving that off.
Well, no, I'm going to shave this. This is going to be gone right around St. Pat, maybe on St. Patty's Day or the night before, depending on what's going on.
What's the day of St. Patrick's?
I don't know the day of the week. What's today? The 2nd?
Yeah.
Today's what's today? Tuesday.
Like 15th,
today's Tuesday. It'll be a 17th. It'll be a Wednesday. Tomorrow's the 3rd. Tomorrow's a Wednesday, so it'll be 17th. It'll be on a Wednesday. Okay. So I'll do it on then. But then if money can keep coming in, I'll keep raising money. The beard will be gone, but I know some people would like to see the beard gone before they donate. I think before they. I know some people are like, oh, how come you haven't shaved it first? I'm like, well, I want to raise some money to get people anyway. So I'll shave it then. If I can keep getting money in until like Easter, maybe I'll cap it off at Easter time and do something for people for Easter and then we'll shut her down for the year. We'll do this again maybe Christmas time. I'll grow another beard.
Yeah. Well, I'm just thinking when you do shave it off, whether you do it at your house or you go to an establishment, I don't even know what the regulations are. You can even get into it.
Yeah, that's good.
But we'll just stream it live on DMFK.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Why not?
Awesome. All right, Keenan.
Love you, buddy. It's gonna get super weird when I shave this off too. People will be like, "Ooh, what's it gonna?" I hope I'm still pretty under here. It's been a few years since I've seen my face, but I think we all know. I'm pretty cute under there. I know.
All right, you can excuse yourself.